In the 1st century BC, the Roman Republic was a freight train, an unstoppable force swallowing kingdoms and building an empire that would define the ancient world. For centuries, its legions seemed invincible, its hunger for power endless. But from the mountains of Armenia, a new fire was kindling. A power that would dare to challenge Rome's absolute dominance. This isn't the story of a king who was simply handed a sprawling empire. This is the story of a man who started his life as a political chess piece, a hostage in a foreign court, who clawed his way up to build one of the largest empires of his time. This is the story of how Tigranes the Great became the king of kings, and for one brief, brilliant moment, made Rome tremble. The story of Tigranes the Great doesn't begin with glory. It begins with humiliation. Born around 140 BC, the young Armenian prince was in a tough spot. Armenia was a kingdom stuck between two giants, the expanding Roman Republic and the mighty Parthian Empire. After a military defeat, Armenia was knocked down into a subordinate role. For 20 years, he lived in the heart of his enemy's empire. It was a long, bitter education in cunning, patience, and political survival. In 95 BC, his father, the king of Armenia, died. Tigranes saw his moment. He cut a deal for his freedom and his right to the throne, but it came with a steep price. At 45 years old, Tigranes came home a king in name, but a puppet in reality. The Parthians thought they had a compliant ruler on their border. They had just uncaged a lion. His first move was to lock down his power base. In 94 BC, he invaded and annexed the neighboring kingdom of Safin, uniting the Armenian heartlands under his sole command. He made the most important alliance of his life by marrying Cleopatra, the daughter of the infamous King Mithridates VI of Pontus. Their plan was simple. Mithridates would fight Rome in the west, leaving Tigranes free to build his own empire in the east. With his western border guarded by his powerful father-in-law, Tigranes turned his eyes back to his old captors, the Parthians. And as luck would have it, the Parthian Empire was in chaos. Between 88 and 85 BC, his armies, led by fearsome armored heavy cavalry called cataphracts, blasted through Parthian territory. He conquered key regions, took major cities, and even sacked the Parthian royal summer palace at Ecbatana. In just a few years, he had completely humiliated the empire that once held him prisoner. In 83 BC, they did the unthinkable. They invited Tigranes to be their king. He accepted, swallowing up Syria, Phoenicia, and the rich lands of Cilicia. He was no longer just a king. He took the ancient Persian title Shahanshah, or King of Kings. Vassal monarchs from across the region now paid him tribute and served him in his court. To mark his new status, Tigranes built a magnificent capital city, Tigranocerta, Tigranes' foundation. It was a masterpiece of Hellenistic design, with massive walls said to be 22 meters high, a Greek theater, and lush gardens. To fill his new city, he forcibly relocated hundreds of thousands of people from his conquered territories, primarily Greeks. Tigranocerta was to be the beating heart of a new superpower. For a while, Tigranes' empire was the most powerful state east of Rome. But his success and his alliance with Mithridates put him on a collision course with the Republic. The breaking point came in 70 BC. Tense scene in Tigranes' throne room as a Roman messenger in military dress delivers Lucullus' demand. Tigranes sits on his throne, his face a mask of controlled anger. Courtiers watch nervously from the shadows. The lighting creates dramatic tension between the two figures. The Roman commander, Lucullus, sent a messenger to Tigranocerta with a simple demand: hand over Mithridates. To agree was to bend the knee to Rome. To refuse was to declare war. Close-up of Tigranes' face as he delivers his refusal, his eyes blazing with defiance. He slowly stands from his throne, his royal robes flowing dramatically. The camera captures the moment when the King of Kings chooses war over submission. Dramatic lighting emphasizes his resolve. Tigranes, the King of Kings, refused. In 69 BC, Lucullus did what Tigranes thought was impossible. He invaded Armenia with a shockingly small but elite army of around 16,000 men and marched straight for the new capital. Spectacular aerial shot, revealing the enormous scale of Tigranes' assembled forces. Thousands of soldiers, cavalry, and siege engines stretch across the landscape. The camera pulls back to show the overwhelming numerical advantage. Banners and weapons glint in the sunlight. Tigranes gathered a colossal army to crush them. Ancient sources claim as many as 260,000 soldiers. When he finally saw Lucullus's tiny force, he supposedly joked, "If they come as ambassadors, they are too many. If as soldiers, too few." Dynamic shot of Roman legions executing Lucullus's brilliant tactical maneuver, scrambling up a hill to outflank the Armenian army. Their disciplined movement contrasts with the chaos beginning in the Armenian ranks below. Dust and motion emphasize the speed of the Roman advance. Lucullus, a brilliant tactician, faked a retreat, then sent his legions scrambling up a hill overlooking the Armenian flank. The Romans charged downhill, smashing into the surprised cataphracts and causing total chaos. Chaotic shot of the massive Armenian army breaking and fleeing in all directions. Soldiers abandon weapons and banners as panic spreads through their ranks. The camera captures the complete collapse of what seemed like an unstoppable force. Dust clouds obscure the fleeing masses. The rest of Tigranes' massive army, mostly peasant levies, panicked and ran. The battle became a slaughter. Tigranes fled, and his prized capital fell shortly after. Somber shot of Tigranes on horseback, leading a small group of loyal followers toward the distant mountains where Artaxata lies. His magnificent armor is now battle-worn, and his face shows the weight of defeat. The lighting is subdued, reflecting his fallen fortunes. But the war wasn't over. Tigranes retreated to the old Armenian capital, Artaxata, and started using the guerrilla tactics Mithridates had recommended. The Roman Senate sent their greatest general to finish the job, Pompey the Great. In 66 BC, Pompey marched east. Tigranes, now an old man of 75, faced a hopeless fight. Pompey had a fresh army. He had convinced the Parthians to attack Armenia, and, in the most devastating blow of all, he had allied with Tigranes' own rebellious son. Betrayed and surrounded, the King of Kings knew it was over. Facing total destruction, Tigranes made the most practical choice of his life. He rode alone into the Roman camp, took off his royal crown, and surrendered to Pompey without a fight. Pompey, a savvy politician, saw the value in having a stable buffer state on Rome's eastern border. Instead of destroying Armenia, he offered Tigranes a deal. Tigranes had to give up all his conquests: Syria, Phoenicia, Cilicia, everything. He had to pay a staggering 6,000 talents of silver to Rome. By submitting, Tigranes saved his kingdom from being swallowed up as just another Roman province. His rebellious son was shipped to Rome in chains, while Tigranes ruled his core kingdom until his death in 55 BC. The empire of Tigranes the Great was a dazzling flash in the ancient world. For a few incredible decades, a king who began as a hostage built a state that humbled Parthia, ended the Seleucid dynasty, and controlled the Near East. He forced Rome to send its best generals and spend vast resources to stop him. And though his empire was torn apart, the kingdom he both built and saved endured. A testament to the staggering ambition of a man who rose from nothing to challenge the greatest power on earth. If you loved this story of the king who made Rome tremble, make sure you're subscribed and hit the notification bell for more tales of forgotten empires and epic conflicts from the ancient world. Let us know in the comments which historical clash or figure you want to see us cover next? Thanks for watching.